Welcome to get to know the speakers of Digital Confex. Today we have with us Aishwarya Gupta, who is General Manager and AI Strategy Offerings and Pre-Sales Practice Head at Wipro Ltd. She will be speaking on the topic governance around generative AI during the Information and Technology Confex happening at La Meridian in New Delhi on 22nd September 2023. Hi Aishwarya, welcome to the chat show.
Hi, Ayush. Glad to meet you. And I'm very excited to be part of the Confex Digital Conference happening on 22nd September 2023 in Delhi. So I'm Aishwarya Gupta. I'm a General Manager and an AI Practice Head for Market Solutions Development in Wipro, working out of Delhi. However, I'm a global employee running the AI strategy and transformation disruption agenda across the globe for Wipro.
So Aishwarya, how excited are you for this event?
Oh, I'm pretty excited because there has been a launch of learnings across this all 10 years of experience in terms of while I have been into AI practice. Before that, I've been running a lot of large transformation, projects in cloud, quality assurance projects in testing to look at how quality plays a great role, and that all has been playing a larger role in terms of how AI can bring in a productivity in our lives, without even disrupting or saying that they will displace or completely eliminate some of the jobs, while there are attendant explanations of whether AI will come in and that will replace all the jobs. I think there is a lot more around it, because creativity is one of the skills which will it has a long way where humans are going to be dominating and defining how AI evolves over the period of time. And to my knowledge and my lessons learned, creativity is one of the areas which is not going to replace any time sooner in the AI area. So like in my 23 years of IT experience, lot of learnings, lot of unlearnings as well, but AI is one of the most exciting disruptions in technology which I've seen in my career. So I'm highly excited to be part of this conference and sharing all of my learnings across to the new gen, as well as the organizations who are trying to disrupt and adopt AI in near future.
So moving forward, I have a few questions for you today. So my first question is, what are the potential use cases for generative AI within your organization?
So if we talk about as a Wipro, we have been into the leaders quadrant when it comes for the AI implementations, and the kind of vision which our chairman and director Rishabh Premji has seen 3 years back, looking at that, what are the disruptive areas and the domains which are going to be dominating in terms of removing the redundancies and bringing in a lot of productivity and intuitive intelligence to the business processes. It was majorly in finance, banking, healthcare. So these are some of the domains where we saw potential use cases of like loan regeneration, for the matter if you pick up the banking industry. Today there is an entire detailed process of when somebody goes and apply for the loans, there is a series of validations, background checks which happens for the credit history of the customer, as well as to ensure that customer has valid credit balance to repay the loans on time, and the frequency of defaulting those loans, etc. And there are various KPIs before somebody gets the loan and the loan gets approved. I think AI is playing a major disruptive role in terms of automating as well as intuitively making use of the credit history and the various data which is getting generated inside the loan regeneration process to expedite loan I would say disbursement for the customers, creating a next level of experience, not only for the customers, but also for the banks, where the productivity has been improved multifold, giving employees getting away from the redundant jobs, like evaluating the background of the customers, looking at the various histories of the banking processes, which is now with the large language models in generative AI, can give you all of the data on the tip of your finger, just by asking about the right questions to that conversational AI. So these are, this is like one of the areas which I've picked up in banking. Whereas on the other side, if I pick up the very critical cases, use cases in healthcare and in the payer sector, where I can see that what if AI is able to assist doctors in treating their patients effectively and ensuring that the entire patient history of what all treatment has already been given and has not worked on, kind of creating a knowledge graph for the doctor to take the decisions in terms of what kind of possible allergies or reactions can happen in terms of the particular patient's history, and what they have seen in the past of the treatments given to the similar kind of patients with having a similar kind of the treatment history. And I'm glad to tell you that we at Wipro collaborated with University of South Carolina 3 years back to build a large language model and a very ambitious research and development project called Percuro in healthcare sector, which is like, what we have done is we have built in a large language model based on publicly available patients and treatment data. And today, that AI model is able to help not only the doctors to tell them what could be the next course of treatment can be given to the similar kind of patient, but also helps in automating the entire end-to-end patient's journey of whether they have been moving from various hospitals and various doctors for their treatments. It has seamlessly brought in everything at one place. Though I will talk about that, we are absolutely not touching any kind of sensitive patients data without their consent. It is all being built in based on the principles of the governance of the AI solutions which we are building in today. So I think these are very, and there are other areas also, manufacturing, telecom. But I mean, in the interest of time, I'll keep something for the conference, and let's hear out very interesting use cases which we are currently working on, how AI and generative AI is disrupting the modern hybrid workplaces.
So it was nice examples that you have given regarding first bank and then in the field of hospitals, like doctors can use also. So my next question will be, how can generative AI improve customer experiences, internal processes, and innovations?
Excellent question, Ayush, and very well. Today, if you look at majorly the applications of generative AI is lying in bringing in a next level customer experience for the areas where majorly the conversational AI is playing a major role. For example, we have customer onboarding, any kind of contact center discussions which are happening with the end client, where clients are calling. And I'll just take a very typical example of telecom, right? You all must be having the phone, your mobile plans, right? Mobile calling plans, data plans. Now, at certain point in time, if you're not satisfied with your data plan and you would like to go call the contact center of the telecom major client and ask them that you want to change their data plan, think of it what kind of level of information they ask for. And God forbid if the call drops in between after answering 10 questions, you are again back to square one, giving all those answers again to the contact center, whosoever is the customer care picking up your phone. And this is a real challenge. This adds to a very, very bad customer experience, right? So think about a scenario where AI plays a role where it captures all kind of conversations history which has happened with that customer, not only that day but across since that customer has been onboarded to the plan. And it knows that what has been changes, what has been the request being placed by you for changing the data plan, or what has been your mobile plan, the calling history, as well as how many times this customer has called for complaining for the call drops, right? All of their data, if goes into training the AI models, it is able to give all that information to a contact center agent. One second, if you're putting in a chatbot there, it has all that information available even before a customer asks that I'm calling you for the data plan change. And rest every information is available with that chatbot. Think about it, how much time you're saving for the customer. Secondly, you're giving that out of the box experience to that customer, saying that, guys, I value your time and I have all the information which I need to process your data plan change request, right? And in fact, uh, at Wipro, we have gone one level beyond, tracking the entire NPS score while the conversation is happening, and at the same time, proactively ensuring that the customer discussions while the contexts are changing, that okay, I've called in for the data plan change, but you know what, 2 days after I'm traveling internationally and I need to activate my international roaming, not just the data plan changes, and it comes with an advisory that okay, if you're traveling internationally, why don't you pick up this data plan which will be more effective for you? Do you want me to activate your international roaming while you're traveling, and for what time period? Think about the level of experience and the satisfaction you're going to bring in with the help of AI to your end customers. So this is just one example I picked it up, but I think there are avalanche of similar customer experience use cases which we at Wipro are currently driving, right from the marketing, from marketing mix modeling, predicting and analyzing proactively of the market funnels, and helping your B2B customers converging their deals, at the same time addressing the contact center transformations. Plus there is a hell lot of supply chain issues in terms of demand forecasting. Are you going to, this I mean, recently I was talking to one of the automotive customers. They are facing a challenge in terms of uh, how many units of cars I should be sending out to the distributor, at what frequency, and what is the turnaround time that all of those consignments reaches to the distributors in the remotest of area on time. So there is a AI ML engines which are being built in on the technology of operations research, and blended with all the demand forecasting algorithms to decide on that, based on the past history, how much time it has taken to reach and deliver. However, there are other external KPIs, like if there are wars running in that area, like Ukraine Russia war triggered, or there are climate weather warnings happening during that consignment is going and reaching to that distributor, they can plan very well to avoid these kind of situations, to ensure that the consignments are reaching on time. So these are some of the AI, AI is playing a major role in building that customer experience while running across these supply chain processes.
It was very quite knowledgeable and informative example that you have given. And I am also very excited about your topic for the conference also. So
I'm glad.
my next question is, how will we ensure that our generative AI models are ethically designed and avoid perpetuating biases present at the training data?
Oh, absolutely. Very critical and very, very relevant question. As there has been a lot of, you know, issues and nuances being raised with chat GPT and, discussions happening around Google while there is something called hallucination. I mean, you're looking at the model, the conversational AI like chat GPT, and when you are asking them multiple questions, at certain point in time it actually starts getting confused because of the fact that there is not enough data in that segment which has been trained, which has been given to that model to train, right? And absolutely it is very important when these large language models gets trained, there is a neural network which gets generated in certain times. It is absolutely, they're not able to explain that what is the source of this data, where this decision is coming from, where this response is coming from, right? So there may be loopholes in the amount of data which is being used for training these models, right? So we at Wipro has built in a very robust security framework and the guidelines which we follow while training the models. While we are generating the AI solution architecture, security and the risk coverage of building those AI solutions is very much part of security and privacy by design, is the mantra which we use while developing any kind of AI solutions. Because definitely any kind of solutions should be able to give clearly articulate that what was the data used for training this model, right? Was that authenticated? Was that coming from authenticated source? Because if you look on the internet, many people are posting a lot of information. How would you go and authenticate that what is genuine and what is not genuine? And there has to be some kind of a governance around ensuring that whatever answers these models are giving it to you, or the information these things are giving it to you, they are not creating a hazardous outcome for people who are not knowledgeable. And I'm not talking about the adult people. Think of a teenager, think of a 9-year-old, 10-year-old child who is conversing with these kind of AI solutions, and somebody just enters saying that give me the recipe to create a hydrogen bomb. Do you think that ideally that conversation, I mean, that the chatbot should give that details back to that teenager? I would say that that's where ethically these kind of AI solutions should be built, that knowing that what they are not supposed to answer. If somebody asks that, tell me the secret recipe of creating the some of the replication of the bombs, how would I create at home? Or somebody talks about, tell me the secret weapons which DRDO is developing today. I don't think that that kind of information should be fed in or trained these models on. And ideally, there should be a very valid, guardrails which should be put in to ensure that AI is not becoming a, negative hazardous tools or arms and ammunitions for the next generation to, negatively disrupt the world.
So my last question for today is, tell us about your hobbies, like what do you like to do on your free time?
Oh, okay. So that's a tricky question. I travel a lot, and I'm a nature lover. As much as I love working on AI projects, I would like to be connected to nature, like going on a long trails in the forest, or relaxing or doing swimming in the free time, which actually gives me a clarity in my thought process, and help me in rejuvenating my mind after a long stressed day.
Thanks, Aishwarya. It was great connecting with you, and I am thrilled with your excitement to join our conference. So, any word for our participants?
I would like to see you there sharing much more information in the Confex. So guys, whosoever is in Delhi and planning to join us, please log in and register for the Digital Confex happening on 22nd September. This is Aishwarya Gupta signing off.